For more insight, though, we're joined right now by Democratic Congressman Steve Cohen of Tennessee. Congressman, good morning.
Good morning to you, Candace. It's nice to be up and inside. It's cold here.
In Tennessee.
All over the South.
Our thoughts with you.
Yeah. All right, Congressman, you said after the acquittal in a statement that there has never been a better case for impeachment in our history. So why do you think 43 Senate Republicans voted to acquit here? And what does this say to Candace's point about the direction of their party?
They checked their consciences in the cloakroom before they went to the floor.
Okay.
Forgot he's a man of few words.
When you can get to the point, you get to the point. Congressman, you had the NBC News senior political analyst, Jonathan Allen, who actually warns that the message to Trump supporters is the leader of an insurrection won't be held responsible. In other words, you can risk life and limb and imprisonment safe in the knowledge that he won't suffer for your actions. What is the potential danger in this?
The Republican Party is shattered. The whole idea that it has been the party of Lincoln, whose birthday was, of course, February 12th, used to be a holiday, is just totally gone. The party is shattered, and the traditional party, the Chuck Percy's, the Nelson Rockefellers, the Schaefers, the George Romneys, that party is a very splintered minority party. And what we've got left is the George Wallace party of the 70s. It's a very conservative, it's a very right-wing, it's a conspiratorial, it's a cult, it's a Trump faction that's left. I've got a poster of Everett Dirksen. It's not a poster, but it's a print of Everett Dirksen with his head's kind of body divided because he cared about civil rights, he cared about the right things, but he still had a fiscally conservative basis. He was a traditional Republican. They hardly exist today. For the 7 Republicans who voted for conviction, I say I give them a beat. They were stars. Now, a couple of them, Senator Burr and Senator Toomey, are leaving. They can leave with their consciences intact. Senator Collins made a mea culpa for saying, well, impeachment was a serious thing. I think he learned his lesson. He didn't learn his lesson. Cassidy, I think, was a star to come forward from the Deep South, and George Romney and Murkowski and Sass have been consistent. But that only 7 or 14% of the Republicans voted correctly. This was a clear case. It was on television. He was responsible for this. He changed the narrative from facts to fiction, the alternative reality that they talked about from day one, the largest crowd ever for his inauguration. It was just an administration full of lies and deceit. It was un-American. It will hurt the Republican Party in the future. It hurts America's interest overseas. He did it. I mean, you don't think Klaus von Bülow, you don't think he did it? He got off. OJ, he and OJ might have dinner together and be able to yuck about it.
Congressman, let's play some of that video again. We were just showing everybody of those rioters storming into the Capitol. You were there. You heard the banging on the doors. You say that it actually crossed your mind that you could die there. As a victim in this case, yes. I'm sorry to show this video to you again because it might be hard for you to watch having gone through it. Do you feel like the president just got away scot-free?
He didn't get away scot-free. He should have been convicted. But there was the most number of senators in history to vote for impeachment. He's the only president to be impeached twice, and he was in the most bipartisan impeachment. Little solace. He's got criminal trials to come. Hopefully he'll be found guilty because he is guilty in Atlanta for trying to interfere with their election, and in D.C. The D.C. DA needs to go after him too. He's got lots of civil cases. There's no question that when he has to turn over his DNA that will match the spot on the dress of Miss Carroll. He's been a serial criminal all his life, and justice needs to come. Mary Trump knows him. Michael Cohen knows him. He is totally outside of the parameters of the law, and this was injustice. And it tells people you can get away with things. Maybe not eventually. And Mitch McConnell even said it. It's a shame Mitch McConnell didn't show leadership and lead 9 other Republicans with him to put this man in the past. We need to pursue Article 14 and see the ban him from running for office again. It was a dereliction of duty. He left me and everybody else, Vice President Pence and Speaker Pelosi primarily, but all of us, possibly to die. And he did not care because he does not have a soul. He has no remorse. He has no conscience. That's what a sociopath is. And a narcissist, it's all about him. We've had a classic psychiatric study patient for 4 years in America as president when he should have been locked up at Bellevue.
And Congressman, you brought up Senator Mitch McConnell here, and he did hint at a way forward in his speech yesterday. Would you actually support a censure, or how about some potential criminal or civil case?
Censor. It's a slap on the wrist. We should go after Article 14. I've had my staff researching what needs to be done to implement Article 14, Section 3, and to ban it from running for office again. I think that the federal government should pursue civil avenues to sue him for the damages done to the Capitol and any other damages that can be in a civil case, because he's responsible for that damage, and the government shouldn't just take it and pay for it. He should pay for all of the damages and all of for the people that Officer Sicknick's widows, and not his widow, but his family, his girlfriend, whoever. Whatever could be civilly garnered from a trial, he's responsible for it. He needs to be pursued in every way possible. He is really a bad spot, a blemish on American government. It was said during the trial that he'd been derelict in his duties, and after he made his ellipse speech, all he did was watch television and relish in it, and didn't do what he should have done, which was to call out the National Guard to help protect the Capitol and protect the Constitution and protect us. He didn't do it. But, he didn't protect the country from the coronavirus over the last 6 months, and particularly after his election. He was so absorbed with himself in his election, he didn't do anything about COVID-19. He let the American people suffer, just like he let Congress suffer. He was asleep at the wheel the whole time because he was all looking in the mirror and concerned about himself.
Congressman, thank you, and apologies to you and the folks in Memphis. 14 degrees right now.
Ooh, that is chilly. He wasn't kidding.
It's not supposed to get over freezing until Saturday.
Stay warm.
Welcome to the North.